Let's say you're shopping for a new small outboard motor. Price is important. These things are expensive. You've shopped around, you probably have an idea, and you're lured in by the ones you see on eBay or Amazon or wherever called hangkai. Don't be tempted, okay? Let's talk about hangkai. That's what this video is about, and why I think you might want to avoid hangkai unless you're a special kind of person. I don't mean that negatively. I'll get into that. I go to Amazon.com and I search for hangkai outboard motor. The top one that shows up here in the results, it's a two-stroke, 12 horsepower, that's $959. Now, first of all, let me hit on the two-stroke aspect. Honda, Mercury, Suzuki, Tohatsu, Yamaha, they don't sell two-stroke outboards in the US anymore, but somehow hangkai get away with that on Amazon and eBay, selling brand new two-stroke outboards in the US. I don't understand what loophole they're taking advantage of here, because nobody else is selling two-strokes in the US anymore, brand new, besides the ones you can get on Amazon and eBay. So that's a bit fishy. Anyway, from my research and experience with regards to hangkai, this says 12 horsepower. Chances are it's probably more like an actual 9.9 horsepower, or maybe even an 8 horsepower. They seem to always grossly overestimate their horsepower rating. Now, it is $959. Let me put my glasses down so I can see up close. And the seller of this is Essen, E-S-E-N-N. Let's just take a look at their page. They are a Chinese company. Their detailed seller information is a very long series of syllables. Their business address is China. Every seller that I find on Amazon or eBay for hangkai motors has some kind of name that's cryptic or hard to understand or seems kind of made up. Here's another seller for one of these, selling an 18 horsepower two-stroke for $859. More horsepower, cheaper, and the seller is WXFIGO. And if we check out who WXFIGO are, they're another Chinese company. My point is that these sellers are not American companies. If you could go and buy this and it was Bob's Outboard Company in Temecula, California, you could check on who Bob's is and you could return it to Bob. That's one of the biggest problems with these hangkai motors is all of them are being sold via third-party sellers and none of them are companies or brands we've heard of, and they seem to change all the time. And I think what happens is when one of these companies has some problems and has a lot of returns and a lot of negative feedback on Amazon, they close that store down and open up another one. Because there's literally dozens of sellers selling these hangkai motors, and every one of them is a different company. Oh, hey, by the way, if you like this video, please give it a like and comment and subscribe and all that good stuff. I really appreciate it and it really helps. I bought a hangkai electric outboard motor, and I have a whole playlist of videos about that motor, which I'm going to link up here. My experience is that first one I got was a return that was very damaged, and I had to really dig into Amazon to be able to return it because I couldn't contact the seller directly. I had to go through the AI and everything else to try to get this resolved. That's one of the problems. The other thing is every one of these hangkai motors, from everything that I've been able to find, is a knockoff of another brand product from the past. Not that there's anything wrong with that. So typically they are Yamahas and Tohatsus. Nothing wrong with that because, as you know, those are both good outboard motors. And if Yamaha took their tooling from an old model of outboard that they don't make anymore, and maybe hangkai bought it and is remaking it and parts are interchangeable, you know, hey, that's probably pretty cool. Why I say you have to be a special person to buy one of these is because there's no shops around that are working on hangkais. You have to dig into it to try to find out what motor this is based off of or a copy of, what parts might be interchangeable. And that's all work that you have to do. Maintenance, repairs, upgrades, any of those kinds of things, they're all on you. So if you're the kind of person that loves sleuth work, digging in and figuring stuff out and coming up with a way to improvise and zigging while everybody else is zagging, then yeah, a hangkai might be for you because It is a way to get a new outboard motor cheaper than anybody else. Matter of fact, let's take a look here real quick. Let's just pick one up. So this is a 6.5 horsepower 4-stroke, and it is $539, brand new. That is crazy cheap. If I go to Online Outboards and I look for a 6 horsepower outboard, the cheapest 6 horsepower outboard they have that's a 4-stroke is $1,690. And this is supposedly a 6.5 horsepower that's $539. So you can see why hangkai is so tempting and why people buy them. If you scroll around YouTube or you look on Facebook groups and Reddit and things like that, you will see that there are some very loyal hangkai customers and some people who've been running them for a few years and haven't had any issues. It's a roll of the dice. They make a variety of models, 2-stroke, 4-stroke, gas and electric, and they also have a website. Let me pull up their website right now. It is, I believe it's hangkai.com. Let's try. There we go. Oops. hangkai.com, this domain is for sale. Let's try. I have found their website before. Oh, okay, here we go. hangkaimotor.com. That's so funny that hangkai.com is a domain that's for sale. You would think they would buy that. So their website, allows you to shop by categories, and the categories they have are, I think they're quite funny because it's by control handle, cooling system, energy consuming, horsepower, motor type, stroke, or thrust. And I don't know. So let me try energy consuming because I like electrics. Sorry, I do. Let me see. Energy consuming. Oh, here we go. I have to check the box for electric. And nothing happened when I selected electric. Nope. I love this, yeah. Hello? Do I have to hit, I have to hit apply. Here we go. Energy consuming. Electric. Here's a 48 volt, 1.8 kilowatt for aquaculture outdoor adventure for $469. Just so you know, if you buy a hangkai, the description is going to be ridiculous, the photos are going to be ridiculous, and the manual is going to be ridiculous. The worst translated stuff there is. And I'm not saying that to make a dig on Chinese-made outboard motors. No, not at all. I have several Chinese-made outboard motors. Matter of fact, small Honda gasoline 4-stroke outboards are made in China. Mine says it right on the side. And my e-propulsion electric outboard motors are all made in China, and they are very fine outboard motors. I have had no problems with any of my e-propulsions. Hangkai, on the other hand, it's bottom of the barrel. It's very loud compared to other electric outboards. Bottom of the barrel's okay with you, knowing that you might have to figure some stuff out on your own, or quality control might not be top-notch, or whatever other shortcoming there is. That's okay. Roll the dice. Take the chance. As for me, I don't know. I feel bad trying to recommend any of this stuff. If you want to go down the road of adventure and save a lot of money up front, but have no customer support whatsoever, no really understanding of how warranty would work or anything would be handled, no support network, very limited understanding of where and how to get parts and do repairs other than doing all of your own research and figuring it out on your own and trying to find the stuff on your own. If you want to go down that adventure road, Hangkai is your brand. If not, I would stick with name brand products and buy used if you want to save some money. I mean, buying a used Yamaha outboard versus buying a brand new Hangkai, I'd go with buying a used Yamaha outboard every time. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. You stay safe out there in the water, and here's another video YouTube has picked for you.